Calais, just over there, and the lorries that come either under the sea or on the ferries are now being watched with the suspicious gaze of authorities, increasingly determined to keep people out who might be hiding inside. Egged on by a British media seemingly possessed of a bilious rage against all migrants, the political class and popular opinion here have decided that by and large the stowaways are almost all up to no good. You hear it everywhere you go.
I think there's thousands that would come if they could, and just for the free handouts, housing and whatever they can get, really. That is how I feel. I mean, they say they want to work, but I don't think actually that is the case.
This country is for British people. It's not for migrants, it's only for the British. So why should they be coming over here in the first place?
It stopped mattering that most of it isn't true, that the lorries stacked up on the motorways got stuck there not because of the migrants, but by a strike at the ferry port in Calais. And those who try to explain to the public that almost all of those in Calais are likely to be legitimate refugees have had their voices drowned out.
The policy that David Cameron was recently talking about of, more army, more fences, is just not going to work, because that deterrence argument is based on the illusion that they're economic migrants, when the reality is that they are fleeing for their lives, and the UK and the rest of Europe does need to take responsibility for that.
The Prime Minister here has spoken of a swarm of migrants coming by the thousand. Well, the local council has a number for those unaccompanied children it has to look after. In total, it stands at 639, not this year, but ever.
I met a young man whose mother and father were both murdered in front of him, and he kept running. I spoke to a young man whose village was attacked, and he left and doesn't know to this day whether or not members of his family are still alive. So these are young people that have had some very traumatic experiences and really do need our help.
And so where are they all? Our taxi driver said they were here, a road in Dover he said locals would not drive down after dark. In fact, the only foreigners here are from Slovakia, which is in the European Union, so they're free to live and work in the UK.
Nothing's their fault, no. I couldn't blame the lady next door here with 8 kids to the person trying to cross the border who's come all the way over from Africa, who's risked their life and with their kids. At the end of the day, it's all a big mess.
But never mind all that. This, says the government, is the land of milk and honey, ripe for exploitation, and the majority agree. It's fortress mentality, even if much of what's been said is a fairy tale.